Today I'm going to tell you how to babysit my best friend's children. She has two boys. Their names are Gavin and Avery. Gavin's 12 and he's autistic, and Avery is 9 and he has ADHD. For anyone who's not sure what ADHD is, he's extremely hyper. The first step that you need to do in watching these wonderful vivacious boys is to plan your night. Are you going to watch movies? Are you going to play games, whether it be board games or games you play on a console? Just in general, what are you going to do this evening? And you also need to decide, are you going to have snacks? Are they going to be there long enough for you to have to cook a whole meal? These are things that go into the planning process. Also, if they are going to be there that long, or if you just don't have the stuff there for them in general, you need to go to the grocery store or the movie store. Whatever you're going to need that evening, you need to go ahead and get, and you need to do that before the boys get there that evening. You need to do it before, because if you have them in the store, one, it's going to take more time because you're going to be chasing them down. Gavin might have a meltdown in the middle of the store. So it's something you really need to do by yourself before you get the boys. Besides just the time-consuming thing, you'll also spend less money because they won't be begging you for every little this, and that. So you'll come home with a bunch more goodies than what you needed to if you do take them, rather. I apologize. The next thing that you need to have is a good attitude. If you do not have a good attitude with these boys, they will give you exactly what you gave them. Gavin is real sensitive to this. Avery not so much, but Gavin is very sensitive to your attitude. If he notices you're getting stressed out about something, he'll act just the same. It really stresses him out to see you stressed. So even if he's, for example, the other day he wanted to go outside, but fire ants have taken over my yard. So I had to say no. And he got really upset, and he started whining and got really loud and really annoying. And as much as I wanted to just send him back to his mom, I had to sit there and not let him know that it upset me. You had to sit there and just say, I'm sorry, Gavin. It's, if you want to whine, that's fine, but you need to go in the bedroom and do it. And, after a few minutes, that worked. So you just got to have a good attitude towards them. You got to let them know, you're not going to sit there and be ran over, but at the same time, you got to be nice about it. They're very sensitive to that, like I've said before, and they just, they'll give you whatever you give them right back. So treat them good. Next one, which falls right in hand with a good attitude, but discipline. Dara has mentioned before, their mom's name is Dara. She has mentioned before that she don't mind me spanking her children. First thing though, I'm not going to spank anyone's children besides my own. I do believe in it, just I will do my own and not anyone else's. I don't feel comfortable putting my hands on other people's children. Even besides the uncomfortable part, it's kind of like a safety thing. No child can ever go back and say, well, she hit me, or this bruise is from her. Well, if you don't touch them at all, then that won't happen. Well, yeah. But, discipline. Okay, I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought for just a second. What me and Dara have compromised on is we talked about it, and she knows that I don't feel comfortable spanking her children, so we have mutually agreed to timeout. Timeout's very effective. I do 1 minute for however many years they are. So, for example, Gavin would get 12 minutes, and Avery would get 9. that's sufficient, and that's also what not the pre-K program, but that is what other programs have said to do, was 1 minute per age that they are. So we do 1 minute per age, and you know, they're generally, if you're on the schedule, if you're already doing everything you need to do and you're treating them with a good attitude, generally speaking, I've never had to do a timeout with either of them. They're usually really good. In general, though, if you plan your evening, if you have a good attitude, and if you use the right form of discipline, letting them know that you mean business, you shouldn't have too much of a problem out of these boys. And honestly, they might seem a little high maintenance right off, but just those 3 simple steps that I mentioned will go a very long way. Thank you.